Hello, Erik. Good afternoon.
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you. Welcome to IE. Pleasure to have you. Thank you very much for being today with us. Eager and looking forward to hear about what you will have to share with the audience about winning performance of the companies and organizations, which is based on your vast experience with companies on C-level and boardroom suits. So could you tell us a little bit about yourself first?
Yes, of course, Budimir. Thanks for having me. This morning I came from Amsterdam, where I live, and came back to Madrid. I think I teach now for more than 15 years at the IE Business School. And I run a consulting company now for more than 22 years, I think. And a lot of assignments I do abroad. I think I've been working in more than 30 countries across 4 continents. And often clients come to me because the team is not a team, because the strategy is not clear. Doesn't mean there's no strategy. The strategy is sometimes hidden in a PowerPoint deck, but it's not clear. And last topic, communication is often poor. So these are the 3 elements that I think I always address while consulting and supporting clients on a change journey. And the overall objective, of course, is to make them win.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
So how do you combine those 3 magic ingredients? What comes first?
Yeah, what comes first? I think before winning, you need to set yourself up for winning. And I think there's 2 sides. There's the logical side. You need to, I think, have a good vision on how does your industry look like, what happens in your sector. You need to have an eye for the business landscape. What's the competition doing? Is there any legal barriers coming up? Is there any technological breakthroughs soon to happen? And once you have made that assessment, then you can figure out what is your mission, what is your assignment. And of course, then you need to operate, and then you get into classical themes of purpose and values and strategy. The problem, sometimes the strategy is not a winning strategy.
So put that all into context of the current tectonic shifts in socio-economical, geopolitical and technological disruption. How does it all fit with those externalities?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's a very dynamic backdrop. The geopolitical situation, the volatility of the markets, huge uncertainty, not only in business but also for the average consumer in the street. Things have over time become more complex and more ambiguous. So against that dynamic background, you need, as a company and as an executive team, to get your act together and create clarity and direction and make sure that you and your team are winning.
Absolutely. So having said that, as a leader, how do you remain relevant in these volatile, increasingly disruptive times, hitting all the bases that you have just mentioned?
I think 3 things at play here. If you really want to convince as a leader, you need to flex your muscles on your sweet spot. What am I trying to say with that? You need to be a subject matter expert. You need to be an authority in your field. If you work with Starbucks, you need to know everything about coffee. You don't need to be the top barista, but you need to be familiar with what a barista does. That's often in place. The second thing is, and that's a little bit undervalued business tool, is likability. I think we're frantically trying to woo over people to follow us, to convince people, to make them buy into our business cases, our products, our services, our strategies, our ideas. But if you want people to buy your ideas and your plans, maybe you first want them to buy into you. And once they've bought into you, then they will more easily buy into your plans and strategies. So that's the second thing. And the third thing is, because in this dynamic backdrop, it's not enough. What you see is that if you know your stuff and you're easy in connecting and relating with people, that's sometimes not enough, because there's a lot of background noise in this marketplace. So you need to add another thing in your communication, and that is what I would call uniqueness. So you need to do cool stuff. You need to stand out. You need to make it inspiring, which is the opposite of boring. And that is a field where I think lots of leaders can pay way more attention to, and it's also fun. It's nice to do. Does it make sense to you?
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here with us today, and looking forward to meeting you next time then.
Likewise. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Erik.